What's up, people? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here with another installment of the Linux report for you guys. New Linux kernel, the big 5.0. Okay, here we go. Linus Torvalds at last made the jump with the recent release of kernel 5.0. Although Linus likes to say that his only reason to move on to the next integer is when he runs out of fingers and toes with which to count the fractional part of the version number. The truth is, this kernel is pretty loaded with new features. On the network front, apart from improvements to drivers like that of the Realtek R8169, 5.0 will come with better network performance. Network performance has been down for the last year or so because of Spectre 2, version 2. The bug forced kernel developers to introduce something called a retpoline, short for return trampoline. To migrate its effect, the changes introduced in kernel 5.0 overall give a greater than 10% performance improvement for UDP GRO benchmark and smaller but measurable improvements for TCP SYN flood, according to developer Apollo Abeni. What hasn't made the cut yet is the much anticipated integration of WireGuard. WireGuard is a VPN tool that is accurately faster, more versatile, and safer than the other ones currently supported by the kernel. WireGuard is easy to implement, uses state-of-the-art encryption, and is capable of maintaining the network link to the VPN up even if the user switches to a different Wi-Fi network or changes from Wi-Fi to Ethernet. An ongoing task is the work going into preparing for the Y2038 problem. In case you are newer, in case you have never heard of this, Unix and Unix-like systems, including Linux, have clocks that count from January 1st to 1970. The amount of seconds from the date onwards is stored in a signed 32-bit variable called time t. The variable is signed before you know there are some programs that need to show dates before the 70s. At the moment of writing, we are already somewhere in the, I'm not going to try to pronounce those numbers, region, and the clock is literally ticking. On January 19, 2038 at 3:14:07 in the morning, the clock will reach all those numbers. 1 second later, time t will overflow, changing the sign of your clock and making your system behave. Along with millions of devices and servers worldwide, that we are back in 1901. Then, well, the usual planes will fall from the sky, nuclear power stations will melt down, and toasters will explode, rendering the world breakfastless. That is, of course, unless the brave kernel developers don't come up with a solution in the meantime. Then again, they made the Wii controller work in Linux. What could they not achieve? And as you guys can see here, I mean, you can pause the video if you want. These are all the other additions that are going to be in the kernel, so look forward to those. But anyway, people, that's it for this installment of the Linux Report. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and until next time, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later.